Hello, friends. In this video, we're going to investigate and talk about what's the difference between being and doing. Are you a human being or are you a human doing? What does this mean? So, join me for the journey. Joining me today. I love this thought and this exploration of really what are we? Are we here to be making lists, accomplishing what's on our list, getting the goals out, marking off each of the steps so that we can get to some kind of an end result? Is that what our life is about? Now, you will find many coaches and actually many therapists that talk about writing things down, making goals. I'm all about that. This is not something that I want you to stop doing, but something that I love. Can we experience progression? Can we experience making goals and having these beautiful hopes and desires in our lives and still be a human being and not a human that is caught up in the doing? One of the things I have found when I have been caught up in the doing instead of just being who I am, what I'm meant to be, and really growing into that, is I found I was in a space of expectation. I expected an outcome. I wasn't in a space of hoping for something. I wasn't in a space of visualizing something. I was in a space of expectation. There was a formula. If I had 1 plus 2, it must equal 3. That's the expectation. Now, that helps when you're actually dealing with scientific things and when you're in math, but you don't have control over other people. You don't have control of the weather. You don't have control of all these outside sources. All you have control of is right here, is right here. It's you. And when you go to a space of expectation, instead of this is what my hope and desire is, and I can't wait to see what comes out of this hope and desire, how it manifests, how it grows, how it comes to fruition. When you go to a space of expectation, you will get in a space of a human doing. You have, if I do this and I do this and I do this, the outcome will be this. That's not always the case. Let me give you a for example. I had a son in law and it was going to be his birthday, and I really wanted him to feel special. So I thought of what could I do? What are some of the things he enjoys eating, or some of his activities, or what's his love language? How can I show up in a way of being supportive and kind and just make him feel special that day? I had an expectation. What I want, what I expected was this outcome, right? And it was a good thing to expect and want. I wanted him to feel special. But in my mind's eye, if I gave him the exact thing he wanted for his birthday, made the exact meal that was his favorite, said all these things to him throughout the day, if I showed up and did all of these things, then I knew I would have control over how he felt, how he experienced his day, and what his emotions would be. Do you see the flaw in that? While you're in it, while I was in it, I didn't see a flaw. I saw a mother in law who loves her son in law and wants to help him feel special, which felt like a great, wonderful, righteous desire, kind thing to do. But what was happening was what I was feeling and what I was thinking is if I do these things, I can control an outcome. And I became a human doing. It was all about me doing, getting the exact right gift, making sure that even the wrapping paper was his favorite color, making sure that throughout the day when I saw him, I always said something encouraging or kind or nice. I mean, none of those things are bad, but when you put those on an expectation, because I do these things, then the result will be this. That's when you take a step back and look at it from, 10,000 view up. I have no control over his thoughts. I have no control over his emotions. I have no control over his day. What if he gets a flat tire? What if he ends up with a toothache? What if he stubs his toe? I have no control over that. But in my heart and in my mind, my brain, it made logical sense that if I do all these things, his day is going to be amazing. That was the expectation. I became a human doing in that moment. Now, how could I have approached that and stayed in a place of a human being? Just who do I have control over? Me. What circumstances do I have control over? Well, whatever I put out there is going to influence what I get back, but I don't have control over the weather. I don't have control over him maybe stubbing his toe or having a toothache, or I don't have control over any of that. So, as a human being, how do I approach wanting to support and encourage and show love to a member of my family on their birthday? This is what human being looks like. When you wake up, when you approach your day, you really check in. You get into a place of mindfulness. You stay in the present moment. And in that present moment, you encourage and ask for and receive gratitude, love, oneness, attunement, balance, clarity, peace, and you show up like that. You'll influence his day. You'll influence anyone else who's around you. And in that space of being a human being, you're going to be able to create and share and love and connect in a really sacred, sweet, special way, where others are feeling your peace, they're feeling your confidence, they're feeling your love. And that connection, that gift that you give to others by just you being the best version that you can be in this moment, is a beautiful, authentic expression of who you really are. And you become a human being. Now, in this space where you are mindful and you choose to be in the present moment and you're choosing to connect with these beautiful feelings of gratitude, and you're feeling balanced and you have confidence and you're feeling joy and you're peaceful and you have a lot of hope and a lot of faith, that's where you get to be inspired to have action. And it isn't that now you've shifted to the doing, you are just being, and you're honoring your desires and your thoughts and your inspiration and your impressions and your intuitive thoughts that you want to accomplish. You are showing up in your life and showing up for other people in a space of being. You're still going to be doing things. You're still going to choose to act and have action in your life, but it comes from a place of just being inspired, of being intuitive, of having personal revelation, of having desires and nudges of what you can say, what you can do, how you can help. And it really is in a space of you experiencing this life as a human being and not as a human who must always be doing. And I have found when I can get to that space of mindfulness and choose to be in the present moment, and now I'm connected this way, I'm connected with my creator, with a divine source, and that source is influencing me, and I'm showing up in this beautiful higher self, my true self, this human being. There's a lot I can do. There's a lot I can accomplish, but it's not attached to any expectation. And often I see that I am a co-creator of miracles. Things show up and things happen that feel miraculous to me. And it wasn't because I expected it, and it wasn't because I had somehow logically created some formula that if I do all these things, this miracle will manifest itself. It really came from me choosing to be a human being, feeling, loving, mindful, and in the present moment, and open to get revelation, promptings, nudges, intuition, and then act in that space. And I find when I'm in that space, there's a lot of faith, there's a lot of hope, there's a lot of confidence, and my actions are fueled by those energies instead of, as a human, doing the push, the force, the have to, the need to, the fear, the anxiousness, the what if. A lot of my human doing was really fueled by those expressions and those emotions. So, how can we start every day as a human being? Really choose to be mindful in the present moment. Open yourself to receive. Open yourself to receive promptings, to receive inspiration, to receive clarity, to receive something that feels very confident, and you can act in a way that is full of faith and hope and, again, confidence. And all of that energy that you now encompass and comes from you can influence others for the good. So, I encourage you to be a human being and not a human doing. Try it out, see how it works for you. If you like this content, please make sure to hit the like button. If you have any comments about this, I would love to hear them. Leave your comments below. And if you find that this video could help someone else, please share it. Thank you. Until next time, friends.